Hello, my name is Damian Kolodi, and I'm a Ukrainian-American filmmaker based here in New York City. I was born here, but my grandparents and my family is from Ukraine. So I've been working, a lot of my work has revolved about the topic of Ukraine. I just recently completed a documentary film on Ukraine called Freedom or Death, Воля, смерть. We finished it about a month ago. I'm working on it for the past year and a half. I spent the summer in Ukraine working with Babak Studio, doing the final graphics, color correction, and sound design and sound mix. And end of the summer, we finally were able to complete the film. I feel like what makes my film unique than other films about Майдан is that I did it through my point of view to try to make it more personal, give it a little more unique perspective, and a more relatable narrator, you know, that you're kind of watching these events through my experiences of them, and that makes it more relatable and accessible. I also wanted to make my film more current with the current situation in the East and the conflict with Russia. So that storyline is weaved throughout my film, and the end of my film really brings it up to kind of the current situation. So I wanted to fit all those puzzle pieces together that happened in Ukraine in the past 2 years. So it makes sense for people to connect the dots from the beginning of Майдан until, you know, the current situation with Crimea and the war in the East. I also tried to really make a lot of interviews happen in the moment. So there's not a lot of people relaying and thinking back of how it was, but it's a lot of just in the moment kind of interviews, which I think really put you right there on Майдан and give you a sense of what it felt like. The music in the film Freedom or Death is all original composition. Some of it came from music that was composed for my first film, The Orange Chronicles, and that score was by Martin Bayless. And then there was new music composed specifically for Freedom or Death, and the composer was Fernando Martinez. So I'm currently submitting the film to several different film festivals, but I also have a distributor who is based in England, and they're planning to do a digital launch kind of in the next couple months. So it's still not available, but hopefully it will, in 6 to 8 weeks, it should be available on iTunes. But you can also contact me directly if you'd like a DVD. I'm hoping to get into some of the bigger film festivals with this film, such as Sundance or Hot Docs in Toronto in Canada, because that would give the film some attention that it needs, that people get interested in seeing the story. Really, the goal is to get it out to the American Western public who doesn't know that much about what happened in Ukraine, and use this as a tool to inform them and get them to be engaged and care about the situation there. So really hoping to go through those channels and try to get it on some TV channels, some broadcasters. That would be the way to really kind of get the biggest audience. There is probably a lot of interest on the academic level for this type of film, I think. Ideally, I would find an educational distributor who already has a catalog that universities subscribe to, and they look for titles, film titles that could work within the curriculum they already have. So hopefully I can find an educational distributor here in North America who can do that, but also it's possible that if it's local or works out with my schedule, that universities, if they're interested, can contact me directly, and we can arrange a viewing and possibly a discussion as well. So that's definitely a part of the distribution outreach plan. So last month I had 2 screenings of the film in Kiev. One was at the opening of Global Fest, which is an arts festival, and then a screening at Kino Panorama, which is an independent film theater in Toho. Really positive response from people in Kiev and Ukraine. I wasn't sure how they would react to it, being part of it and maybe having seen a lot of films about it. But really the response was that people need to see this. Ukrainian politicians need to see this, and people around the world need to see this and be reminded. Have this film available to Ukrainian and Russian speakers. I'm actually about to go back to Kiev because I'm working with Громадське TV on a show called The Sunday Show. It's a once a week English language analytical talk show. So do check it out because it's got some great information about current affairs that are happening in Ukraine right now. So it's very informative, and it's something new and different for me to be working as a producer on that show.